I don't know how much I make and how many hours I work.
You are not hearing about when we send you a list, we will cash at you.
Who has Cash App?
All of us.
With the exception of...
Miles, do you purposely not have Cash App for this express reason?
Not this express reason.
Yeah.
So you won't be the snack guy.
That's almost like what I'm saying.
Almost, but not 100%.
It's more like I'm saying it logistically doesn't make sense, nor do I want to be the snack guy.
Didn't say that. We took a vote.
It's unanimous.
That's crazy. I don't even have gas money.
All right.
We walked.
Anyways, episode 54, No Static.
Shit,
I'm your host, the Outchea clone.
Exactly. It's your boy, Coop, a.k.a. Stop following me, Solid Gold Judo, Solid _ gold spelled with a 6 _ judo.
Always, yours truly. Yep, I'm LQ. I'm in the building.
Yeah. ASMR break off the bat.
I'm not doing this with y'all.
This has been your early game ASMR break. Here with the finger.
Which, by the way, now that I've listened to us do this, I know for a fact we're probably losing. It's horrendous to listen to it on the podcast. Have you listened to it before?
I have.
Our ASMR break? Yeah, it's
I had to edit through it because there was one part where we had like
the
8 seconds of just like sounding like somebody scratching a wall.
That
I had to
was
take
him.
that out.
It's
That's not
always
even
him.
like pleasant.
Bro, listen, it's a
Scratching.
point where one of our ASMR breaks just sound like us laughing through a mugging.
I'm also trying to get this hat.
I did see this hat. I saw that hat. I want that hat.
Alright, so how's everybody's? Actually, you know what? I forgot. Since we are throwing our IG handles out there, Outchea the captain.
Thank you. Yep, I'm LQ.
Yeah. Once again, Solid _ gold spelled with a 6 _ judo.
This dick.
Bro, if I go on IG and your IG handle is this thick, I'm finna be upset.
Did you spell it in French?
I'm surprised anybody got it.
What's on the docket?
I'm upset too because I wanted to change my IG name, but it's already taken. So.
DICQUE.
I hate that so much. You should have just. It could have been spelled regular. It could have been
This
That you,
deek.
I hate that.
Wait,
That's just obsessing.
That right.
What was I going to say? Wait, what was you about to say, Outchea?
I was about to get to the shits, but I mean, if we got any more opening statements,
One of these days, y'all, we're going to come on the show and we're going to try to get into the doc, and I'm going to just go ahead and start a beef with another podcast.
Shoot for the stars, man.
Completely out of control.
all right. So,
Damn.
all right. Do we want to start with Do we want to start with Kodak,
Yes.
or do we want to? Okay. Or do we want to start with Logic Supermarket?
Kodak, because not everybody I think is up on Logic Supermarket yet.
Miles had a review for it.
Okay.
I haven't listened to it yet.
I've read it.
As far as the soundtrack goes,
Oh,
I didn't read the book,
I
but I
didn't
hear the soundtrack.
Don't judge it as a piece of music, or don't judge it as a regular project. It's a soundtrack. Listening to a movie soundtrack without the ensuing piece of property that it's attached to is always a bad idea.
Yeah.
With
Yeah, I
that
bought the
said,
book first.
both with and without the book, nah, man, don't waste your time. The book is about as surface level as you'd expect anything to
So
be.
you read the book?
No, and I won't read the book. I'm speaking as a surrogate for my hatred of Logic.
Okay, so why do you hate Logic?
Huh? I don't actually hate Logic. I just think he's like
Mad corny.
I think he's devolved into. It's been a really sad progression. We had a guy who was creating art because he wanted to make art, and now we're at a point where he's making songs. He's not making what I can call art anymore, but he's making songs, and a lot of the times it's in a response to, not in a way that art is supposed to, or is generally made in response to the way things are going on around them. It's made in response directly to backlash he's received for prior pieces of work, or backlash he's received in the form of memes. He's gone from genuinely addressing his biracial background in every song, unironically, to now he's ironically doing it. So it feels like every move he's making has subsequently been to kind of offset and I forgot what the term is. I don't think it's gaslighting. I think it's like lamplighting or some shit like that.
Okay. I do not follow Logic as much. I became aware of Logic short of 3 years ago. I understand that he has a lot of personal issues dealing from his biracial upbringing, and he addresses it on the I think it was the Everybody album, which is my favorite piece of work from him outside of the Bobby joint.
That's interesting.
Really?
That's your
very
favorite.
interesting.
Yeah, Under
that is
Pressure.
very,
That
very
is
interesting.
interesting.
That's my favorite.
But then again, you did.
Yeah,
say
Under
3
Pressure.
years
Under
ago.
Pressure.
is my favorite Logic project.
Incredible True Story.
Incredible
True
True Story was
Story
Incredible
is
True Story was good. I liked it, but I think Under
Once
Pressure
again,
is
like
his
I said,
best.
Just became aware from 3 years ago. So
Little subtle flavor.
I'm trying to figure out what has he done outside of talking about, because he wants us to say, hey, you're black, you came out white, because we genetically we can prove that a black person can be of white skin, non-melanated skin. What have you done to further help the black community other than speak on it?
So
That's literally my only question.
Because I'm pretty
And,
sure.
and
I mean,
that's where a lot of his backlash comes from. Because even I see it. Every time I hear Logic, oh, I'm so tired of being black, looking like I'm white. Okay, so what do you do? with
Does he even what does he identify as?
Eventually, I'm not-
Biracial?
Both.
Because when I listen
He
to
does.
everybody, there were some tracks on there that sounded kind of sus, like that one track, Black Spider-Man,
Yeah.
where he's talking about I don't want to be black, I don't want to be white, and he's kind of saying like all lives matter. Which
Yeah, I'm worried he's just gonna
I'm
come
worried
out and, like
he,
all
he-
out. Just
I-
say
that's
all
the
lives
vibe
matter.
I get from him
Yeah.
when he talks about his biracial background, because he never
So-
identifies what
That's like
he-
an undertone.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
an
certain,
undertone. Yeah,
like-
it's an undertone.
Like the biggest
Yeah,
thing about his
yeah.
identity has just been that like
That he's
basically
biracial.
like I look white, but I'm allowed to say the N word. And that's
Yeah.
been like a
and
huge
the
Yeah.
crazy part about
hallmark
it is
of
we
his story.
treat him like a white rapper.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this. So, as far as the supermarket project, the books, because I've actually read the book. The book's very good. The book is actually surprisingly good and better than what I expected.
Okay.
Now, I do actually agree with him about the soundtrack. The soundtrack is not very good to me. The reason-
It's shallow indie rock.
To be honest, I only like
Really?
one song.
Yeah,
Here's why I say that. In my opinion, and that's why I kind of like let Young Miles finish. As far as his music goes, if you ask me, he has not attempted to make anything as good as his previous projects musically. I think what happens is he's that thing you see happen with most artists. Artists can't not make art.
Okay.
So because of that, there's a certain output that just comes with the territory. This, he made an attempt at something.
speak on what it is.
His book, he actually tried at something, and he did it right. He actually wrote the book the way you want him to write his music. He drew on the pieces of his life, but he did not force feed them or try to vanilla them so much. He didn't try to make an everyman's tale. The book is actually has a supernatural theme to it, because when you first read it, you're thinking like, all right, this is just going to be like a story of a guy. But in actuality, there's something supernatural happening in the book. The book in itself is about that thing that people do as they naturally get older and they begin to hold up their dreams next to their biological clock. And it's a story of how an individual over time learns to convince themselves to euthanize their own dreams. and that's why the book's good. He uses a very everyman situation, but that's the story. It's not like, because there's not a super like, oh, racial overtone. I mean, there are things in the word like there's prejudices, but it's not heavily on race. He wrote a good book. He wrote, as far as a rapper goes, writing a book, he did something that no rapper had done. No rapper writes fiction.
With the exception of
I thought Biz Markie did.
I don't know.
I thought he wrote a children's book.
Still fiction.
That's fiction.
That is.
The story of the boy that Childish Gambino did too is album Because of the Internet. The screenplay.
Oh yeah, he did release it. Yeah.
That is okay. Yeah, you're right. All right. So in both cases, now, and maybe I'm just might be thinking to this degree or in the way that this is presented,
Like a
to
full length
Like a
novel.
novel.
Like,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, rappers aren't out here writing novels in general.
And that's the thing that probably got me the most about it, because I bought it on the strength that I like Logic and I like books.
Right.
I was not expecting it to be good. I really was just, at first I was like, I want to support. Once I started reading it, I was just like, oh, thought and care went into this.
And I would never say that piece of media was devoid of thought and care. And I wouldn't say that the soundtrack coming with it was devoid of thought and care. It just felt like it was devoid of soul. It felt like the soundtrack felt like he wanted something to go with it. You know what I'm saying?
And not phenomenal songs.
I hadn't made
Is he
music
still
in a
on Def
minute.
Jam?
He is.
Yeah, he is.
He's arguably like the top artist right now.
He is.
Top
He
rapper.
is.
I feel you. With the exception of the recent 2 Chainz project, there's a problem at Def Jam and nobody's addressing it.
Oh yeah, Def Jam is being run poorly right now.
Yeah.
So if you tell me, hey, he just came out with this project and he's still on Def Jam and it's devoid of something of what he put out prior, I can believe that, because nobody can tell me what the fuck is going on at Def
No,
Jam.
listen. Want me to tell you what's crazy? So, Logic has been dropping these like random singles. The singles is fire.
Yeah.
Like
Question.
Like,
Allegedly.
Wait. That Keanu Reeves joint?
No, that was. I
But
thought
go
it was
on.
I do
Go
like
on.
Confessions
I thought
of a
that was
Dangerous
trash.
Mind. though.
Confessions of a Dangerous
I
Mind.
do
But
like
go
that.
on. But I had to.
That
I
track was
I
okay.
can't let you
That
just
track
say
was
that.
okay.
I can't just let
Because
you.
my thing
Keanu
is this.
Reeves,
I'm not saying
No,
Logic
that
can't
was
rap.
garbage.
I'm saying I'm tired of you saying the same thing and you haven't done anything about it. That's my problem.
Why do y'all say Keanu Reeves is trash?
When I listened to it, I'm pretty sure at that time there is some shit he could have mentioned and talked about. But when I heard a line of him talking about playing Fortnite and him talking about him being biracial again, which at this point is a meme that he is
That he's
supporting,
playing into
that
He's
he's putting
lamplighting
into
the
his
meme.
music. He's glorifying himself as a meme, which I don't listen to artists that take themselves as a joke.
It's almost like the Macklemore situation.
Yeah, it's like
hey
that.
guys,
It's like that. Yeah.
I'm only doing this because I'm white.
Yeah.
You guys are. Yeah, okay, I get it.
Because I was with it. I liked the beat. It was cool. I was with it up until that verse, and I was like, no, I can't.
Yeah, the beat is dope, but then
beat
he
is
came
dope,
in and he
yeah.
was like, did you know a mix like Obama? And it's like,
Yeah, and he was like,
damn, I
You know what I'm
thought
saying? Like,
he
he
was
said,
just,
what was the bar? He was like, I don't do such and such unless it's Fortnite.
I don't play no
was
games
like,
unless you're talking
unless it's
Fortnite.
I was like, what the what?
Like,
oh my God, children, it's the 1-800.
Yeah, like come on, man. Like I just wasn't fucking with it.
And
But my
that-
door is suicide.
that
Honestly,
line right
but
there. Come
let
on,
me
now,
ask
man.
you
Yeah,
1-800.
like,
If we
Come
can
on.
eviscerate for him that, why don't we eviscerate him for those same things?
Eviscerate me? What do you mean?
So, oftentimes when we talk with Young Miles, he will take a position of counter pop. Literally for the simple fact that it's something that we've talked about. And almost like with the polar pop thing, he almost uses polar
That's
pop the
'cause-
same way
that's 'cause he don't want us to
Logic
get
does
paid.
being biracial.
That's why Miles don't want us to get paid.
Now, with that being said,
Fuck Polar Pop, by
Miles
the way.
ain't trying to line up the pocket.
what is the difference between the two?
I can tell you a couple differences.
No.
Oh, no.
You're being tried.
Oh, no, I know I'm being tried. But as one's being tried, if I don't have I don't trust the public defense system. No offense, you
You're not
guys.
being defended either.
No, but if I'm being tried in any just system, which this is, can we call this a just system?
No.
So we're not gonna call this a justice.
All right, all right. If somebody get on the side of Miles,
Tried for it.
Okay.
So in actuality, I think there's no difference in what Logic does with mentioning his biracial background and what Miles does on the podcast and everything that is.
I disagree. I do have a very solid point. So the Fortnite is one thing, right? The Fortnite bar is one thing. To jokingly lamplight a pop culture reference that people are going to roll their eyes out, it gets a little bit of reaction. As an artist, there are times in which everyone just wants a reaction. It's a good spark. Daylight has done it for forever, even though he's produced plenty of meaningful media and plenty of big bodies of work for in the rap community, battle rap community. Daylight could, on his own, merit legend status just from what he does, right? Forget all the fucking antics, right?
Daylight's also an incredible battle rapper.
Incredible. Phenomenal. Literally. And he does the antics, and he knows he doesn't have to do the antics, but he does them anyways. He does them so much, he doesn't even care if he wins sometimes.
I think when it comes down to Logic versus Miles, is that we have running gags on this podcast all the time. Logic, we've been hearing this whole like I'm black, I'm white thing for
unironically
a good I feel like this kind of started with
a decade probably.
He's been taught.
But I mean, it wasn't
talked about it before.
Yeah, but it wasn't.
Everybody
it didn't get
was
bad.
all about him being biracial. It was basically about his.
It didn't get bad until everybody.
I
feel like that's when.
Which is crazy because Ink Blot is still the hardest song on that track.
Yeah.
And so my issue being is that for you to start, and it's okay, and I understand if your racial identity being something that's bothered you and it's something that's plagued your life for a while, right? I'm sure he was bullied for it. I'm sure he's faced the repercussions of the decision of being born was made. You know what I'm saying? Like, but the issue is when you take that and you want us to take you seriously for so long, and then he basically goes in on his word and flips it to just like, oh, I don't care, guys. I'm gonna make jokes about it in this little single song as a one-off. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm like, okay, you're talking about it. What are you gonna do about it?
So what's, you know what I'm saying? Like, so what does it mean to you? Does it mean anything to you?
Though, I think that ultimately it's just words at this point. Like
it's just words.
It's been verses of his to where he'll just stop rapping and then he'll just start talking about being biracial. Like, for example,
it happened on everybody.
The Caterpillar joint that he did when he hopped on the remix with Royce.
Yeah.
And he was just rapping. The verse was just sounding good. Then all of a sudden he just went off on this rant. Like,
so what does it mean to him?
Verse.
We can all sit here, and I'm sorry to break the fourth wall, you listeners. I don't really give a fuck about Polar Pop. Like, it's 69-cent drinks. I'll go in there and drink some 69-cent Sprite. It doesn't taste any different. Shut the fuck up. All right? We all know that at the end of the day, I go to sleep and I wake up a person that can enjoy Polar Pop, right? When Logic wakes up through his life, every day he wakes up biracial, and every day he wakes up with the thoughts in the back of his head about him being biracial and whether or not he can deal with it or can't deal with it, whatever the fuck. But for him to pretend now, so late in the game, after he's got put so many bodies of work, so many words, so many bars into his racial identity being something that's bothered him, for him to just in a one-off bar on a single track over a solid, decent, we'll call it good trap beat, and just like let it fly and that just be it.
I don't know. I look at it no different. I look at it no different almost than what the conversation LQ and I constantly have about Nicki Minaj. Like, at this point, we get it. You got a big ass butt and the pussy good and niggas gonna fuck.
What else?
When you gonna be the phenomenal rapper we all know you are, but evidently you refuse to be. But what you will do is do a whole podcast claiming that you don't have a problem with women when you clearly have a problem with women.
And babies.
And babies. Fuck that.
Like, god damn, what the fuck did the baby do? His sin was birth. Or her sin was birth.
And don't get me wrong, I did ask that question in a devil's advocate kind of way, but I often, because I like Logic overall, I really do, and I think he actually if we looked at his, even if we cut out like maybe his last, I want to say if we cut out everybody in Supermarket and just give him as far as most recent projects, Young Sinatra 4, going backward from there, he got a solid. He not only that he has a solid body of work, he still adheres to what we said last week, that in rap hip hop right now, what we said 70% of it is trash.
Yeah,
he's still better than 70% of what you're hearing in your day to day. Because I drew on this because no offense, at this point, what rapper isn't saturating us overly with bars about one particular thing? I'm gonna say, as far as people not childish,
Kendrick.
An argument could be made that he does, but that argument would be about the black experience, which
Yeah,
is
that's
a,
no,
which is
that's-
like a
that's
which is a
different.
genuine
To Pimp a
cause.
Butterfly
So he
isn't
he
about
wouldn't
the black
genuinely get-
experience.
yeah. Cole, but even in Cole's thing, while Cole's thing is not I'm biracial, even though he is. Cole's thing is, man, I really want to be a conscious rap nigga, but I like fucking bitches, and I'm in rap, and so bitches ain't shit.
Okay.
So
I think
speaking
Born Sinner had some
of
of his highest
Born
highs.
Sinner had yeah.
70%, double XL freshman pitches. Does anybody?
I don't even know who dead ass serious. We said this. Well, I said this like a month ago. The last good double XL cover, ironically, had J. Cole, Wale, Trey, Asher Roth, Kid Cudi.
2014.
2009.
Wait. What about
2014?
2013's
2014
cover?
was
Some of 2013's cover. Who was on that
What was
shit?
that cover?
We had Kendrick, fucking.
That was 2011.
That was 2011.
That was Kendrick, Lil B,
Well, then
Yo,
2011.
Saha.
Still. Yeah, you know what
That
I'm saying?
was
Like,
pretty solid.
2014. 2014 was solid too.
Who was on 2014?
that cover with Travis and them.
Chance was on it. Kevin Gates, Isaiah Rashad was on it.
Austin Alsina.
Yeah, he was on it. Who
Vic
Vic Mensa was on it.
What's that nigga name?
I'm rolling.
Was it Swiss Beats? No, it wasn't Swiss Beats.
No, I know you're talking about.
Was it
I know
Uzi
you're talking
on
about. Uzi was on. 16.
Uzi was on 16.
He was
Ty
16.
Dolla $ign.
Yeah, Ty Dolla $ign. Yeah, he was, 2014 was stat. That was a stat class.
All right, I'm gonna start with Skinny from the 9.
Nope.
I'm probably not gonna know
Because
who
I
any
already
of
know what
these
we're gonna
names
do. Coop's gonna go into these name jokes.
I'm Skinny from the 9, and this is why I deserve the
Stop.
2019 double XL freshman. I overcame everything these people threw at me. They threw me in the fire.
Oh, shit,
I
he's
saw that
pale
pitch.
as
I
fuck.
saw
They
that
was
pitch.
telling lies about me. They was telling rumors about me. I was broke. I was homeless.
You know what
I
this
was
sounds
poor.
like?
I went to jail.
An interview
because I
for Who
didn't
Wants to
get
Get on the Real World San
I'm out.
Francisco.
I'm out. Anything all the negativity.
I'm not gonna have an opinion for any of these because I don't know who half these niggas are anyway.
Because you can't. The real always gonna win. I'm
What the hell
always
is the
get on
matter?
top somehow.
Bro,
My whole life is just.
it
been
sounds like I'm
obstacle,
watching the
obstacle,
interviews
obstacle.
for Who Wants to Be on the Real World San Francisco.
I always get
Wait.
win. I'm gonna always get on top somehow.
He was trying to play
will
basketball in the
always
middle of
be
his
on top?
pitch.
Obstacles, 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 and I moved up. I overcame. I always come on top. You cannot.
Next.
That nigga's on it. I'm literally giving up on the XXL cover. Like, for real.
That was some dry
Not
ass
in the way-
shit. That shit was bad.
Bro,
I-
number one, bro,
that?
if I'm on a hip hop magazine cover and they giving me like 30 seconds to go and shine, bro, I'm about to give y'all the bars of bars.
All I saw
I'm
was
about to
a
give y'all
jacket
something.
floating. He's so pale. God damn. I was not expecting him to look like.
Up next, we got Lil TJ.
Oh shit.
Debut 2019 WXL
that just sounds like somebody else.
117.
Right. Hey, come here, little TJ. Look at little TJ. Come here, little TJ. At the barbecue.
At the barbecue.
I don't know. You compare me to other artists, you're going to see like.
Everybody at the house. Nobody
Everybody
wants
at
to
the
know
house.
why.
Hey, someone need to clean that up. Hey, little TJ.
Why did they have them do this?
Stuff that's fake. I speak from my
It's
heart.
supposed to
Every
persuade
lyric
people
I-
to support them,
like,
but
meaning
it
behind
never really does.
Another thing is,
When did they
I
start
don't
doing
even
this?
have that much music on Apple Music.
17?
Like, I
They've
just,
been doing this
They've been doing
I
this?
just came off of SoundCloud for me, so everything started off with SoundCloud. I had
You
millions and millions and
next.
millions. Like, got just
Up next is a personal favorite because I feel like he should be on this list, and he provided a good reason on why he should be on this list.
Who was this?
Matt
My name
Ox.
is Maddox.
Shout out
I'm
Maddox.
to be an XXL freshman for 2019. Cause this school year I'm about to be a freshman, and I'm working on different strategies, different type of music, modeling, this, that, and that. And
Is that a
I
girl?
just feel like
No.
this year my chance for
He was
Is
on
that a
that.
burn
and
victim?
will be one of the youngest
No.
to do it.
That's XXX
I just got back from
favorite
LA.
little brother.
I was in LA working with Young
Like his actual brother?
No.
Youth World.
Come on now, boo.
Couple artists. Couple artists.
Listen, bro.
Couple songs.
X is a
Jada
dad like
Kiss once said dead rappers get better promotions. And I'm sorry to say this, bro, but I did not care about Triple X nearly until he died.
My views about him has not changed, whether he was alive or dead.
Do we want to see the Bad Baby pitch with her veneers?
Yo,
Yeah,
she
let's
literally did not need veneers, bro. Her teeth were perfectly fine. She's actually become a much nicer person. Fun fact.
Yeah.
They media trained the
That's
fuck
fine.
out of her.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Like they.
like this, then, ain't they?
Oh yeah. You ever seen a straight line before?
Hey, what's up? I'm I feel like I should be a 2019 XXL freshman. First of all, I am one of the top things.
She looked like the thing on Mario.
So I have 3 votes.
That big, what is that? You
Um,
know, what I'm talking about? Yeah.
The bomb.
Yeah, the big bomb with the dog tag on it.
I've been touring in like
You ever seen,
Malaysia,
like, the
and I'm about to go to
teeth
Russia,
on
and
Yeah.
like places I thought I'd never be. So it's like, if I'm
Wearing no
reaching
veneers
people
like
all the way
Joel's.
out there, not just in
Well, she's
I think that I should be a part of it. I think I deserve it. I think.
bro. I don't know why XXL did it this way. This is stupid.
Evolved a lot from
My bad.
like when I
That's
first
opinionated,
started.
y'all.
You know,
But I
This
just
is
don't
like it's 27 people going for like the pitch before they actually freestyle. And I kind
That's
of
really
like
dumb.
yeah.
Just make the list.
Wait, they freestyle?
Not
They
only
all
that-
freestyle
not only
anyways?
that, but
Well, the
nobody-
people who make the cover freestyle.
Nobody, yeah, but nobody said anything as far as I'm concerned as interesting. Well, Maddox was one, but if they didn't interview me. So why do you deserve to be on the cover? First of all, fuck these other niggas. Each and every one of them's trash. I'm the illest nigga in this room, and I killed 9 people on the way over here.
I can tell you one thing: if they invited me to do a pitch and I wasn't on the cover, I'd be mad salty. You wasted my fucking time.
Yeah.
Why do you deserve to be on it?
Basically,
And then,
you turned something that when it was just like, yo, bro, I was picked because I'm one of the new hot cats coming up, and made me audition. You basically turned it into Survivor. What we just saw was reality. Was XXL Housewives.
Oh, I thought it was XXL Big Brother.
Yeah. Brother said, yeah.
Starring Skinny from the 9.
I love XXL. A
I
real
dream
chance
of
at
XXL.
Fuck XXL.
A real chance at XXL.
I mean, on that note, we'll talk about like who actually might end up on the cover later.
Wait, so all the
Bad Baby's gonna end up on
Bad
the cover.
Baby's
Don't
going to
fucking
be on the
play.
cover.
For sure.
She's going to.
Yeah, I was about to
100%.
say.
Who else is? She's like the one noticeable name on the.
No, there's some other noticeable.
Bad Baby's on there. Almighty J is on there.
Okay,
Wait.
He
Which
gonna-
one? Almighty
he's gonna
J.
be-
YBN Almighty J.
Yo,
Oh,
bitch,
he's
nasty.
Yo, bitch, nasty.
Yeah.
With the scar.
No. Yeah.
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 He scarred up on. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna use the scar as an instrument to rap too, because he can't rap without a beat.
Let me see. I think Boogie. Well, Boogie dropped the album, so I
Can
don't
he
know
rap
if
out the scar? Because if he can like keep his mouth shut and you see just a scar, like
Flapping like Scartriloquy. Scartriloquy. Is that what it's called?
Rico Nasty. I would
Yeah, he
like.
gonna be on
I would
it.
like to
He's
see her on there.
She's a meme god.
that was just rap though.
True.
Huh?
She can rap.
No, she
Blueface will definitely be on there.
If Blueface isn't on there,
Blueface
then it's
is-
gonna be
if-
some
God,
bullshit.
Blueface isn't on there
You
yet.
so Shocker's gonna be on there?
No,
That's who he is.
that nigga's name really was.
Bro, and the sad part about it is, that's one of the hardest things I've ever heard in my life. It's a names and a title.
Like he legitimately could have just been on Pornhub and nobody would have said anything.
Silk the Shocker, bro. Listen,
Why
he,
you-
bro, listen, he had the best name out of the whole clique. There was Master P, which just
left.
left,
See if I can find a Silk Shocker.
just left you to.
Oh, the baby.
Okay, and the baby's on there. Never
Easy.
mind. I already.
Who the baby? No, the baby.
Roddy Rich.
Roddy Ricch hard.
Yeah,
Roddy Ricch
I can
hard,
definitely
too.
see him being
The
on
baby
there.
hard too.
Partisan Fontaine.
Nice. Okay, never mind. It's okay.
Fontaine. Wait, let me look at the list. I'm gonna tell y'all who really gonna be on there.
We got good contenders.
Do we go?
Like, I'm gonna let you know, them first 3 movies you showed me should not be on there.
Not even mad up.
Especially
He shouldn't be a freshman
Right.
because he's a freshman.
Because he's a
Bro,
freshman. That shit was
you
funny.
showed me a video of him and I asked you if that was a burn victim.
Y'all ready? Comethazine gonna be on there. I don't know why you
Yes,
left him
yes.
I can see
yes,
Comethazine
His
being
shit is
on
hard. His shit is hard. He's gonna
I
be on
do
there.
rock with
He's
that.
gonna be on there.
out. Jada Young is probably gonna be on there
Almighty J is
to represent Florida. Oh shit, Abby Jasmine. She was the one that did that chicken and waffles song. A little jingle, chicken and waffles.
Oh, okay.
And then she turned
okay.
into a rapper. Lil Mosey's gonna be on there.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, Kamikaze.
Yeah.
YK Osiris might be on there representing
Ooh.
Florida.
YK Osiris. He signed to Def Jam.
just YK.
Yeah,
Yep,
He didn't go with a 3-letter clan tag?
he did.
surprisingly no. But OMB Peasy
Oh shit.
is on the pitch list.
What's his name again?
OMB
No.
Peasy.
YK Osiris. He's from South
Oh,
Florida.
YK Osiris.
You don't gotta be perfect
That nigga using
to be worth it. Dana Lay's probably gonna be on there.
Oh,
Yeah,
for
that,
sure.
that little baby.
My love baby. Tierra Whack should be on there. She's fire, bro.
She
That
should.
name is hard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tierra Whack.
Her album was really good too.
It was. You heard her new joint?
No Smino?
No, Smino passed that shit. Smino don't need this shit. Also,
Oh.
he probably isn't on here.
Speaking of people in that camp, Saba's Pivot Game just dropping next week.
Was Saba ever on the cover?
Boogie needs to be on
They
that
said- they
shit.
said so?
Boogie needs to. Kid Boo's probably. No, we can't let Kid Boo on that shit.
I mean, because if you couldn't, you gotta put Kid Trunks on there.
No, you don't. Kid Trunks is smaller. Kid Trunks is like just like a groupie.
So that they can like stab each other and have like the ultimate. Like, what if they fight there? I love that. I love the idea of Kid Boo fighting Kid Trunks.
I love the idea of Kid Boo going to jail for all the crimes that he did that were bad.
What he do?
He didn't even do like the crimes that are bad that we don't care about, like murder. Like he like beat women and shit.
Oh, get that nigga out of here.
Damn, speaking of murder,
Ain't that crazy?
What?
Taking someone's life is just seen as meh, but
Why
like,
W. Miller could have been on that cover?
huh?
Why W. Miller could have been on that cover?
Before you like
Yeah.
kill the friends?
No, not well. He killed his friends before he got caught.
Allegedly.
You know,
What?
allegedly.
He killed his friend.
Yeah, because they not
Allegedly.
Did you say he killed his friend before he got caught?
Yeah, I'm just saying, like it had happened for a while. You know what I'm saying?
No, like yeah, because I think that happened
That happened in
like
October.
yeah.
And then he dropped the
And
project.
he dropped the song.
He went to
Yeah,
Christmas
yeah.
break and everything. Just,
Murder on My Mind came out a year ago. Never mind.
Yeah, Murder on My
It
Mind
came
was
out a year
before
ago.
that.
It came out a year ago. That's the song wasn't actually tied to
not
actually.
only that,
killing
but I had a
people.
problem that they put an OSL scene on there and they won't put another R&B singer on there because they definitely should put Lucky Day.
No, they put whatchamacallit, Anderson .Paak.
He was on.
Oh yeah.
He freestyled as a rapper though.
He freestyled as a rapper.
and
He
that's-
should not have.
He should not have.
They also put Ty Dolla $ign on there.
But Anderson .Paak's not a bad rapper though.
He's not a bad rapper, but I
That was
still
a bad
think
freestyle.
you showcase what
But,
you do.
yeah.
You don't go out there and try to do something different.
I don't view him as a rapper.
Imagine thinking he's a rapper, and when you look at his shit, like I took your bitch to the doghouse. I mean, that's like cool and all, but that's not what makes him great. You know.
Okay.
Even though you didn't like Oxnard, you can appreciate him as an artist, right?
I love Oxford.
You didn't like.
How y'all
Oxnard.
feel about was Ventura? The project he's coming out with?
He's coming. Yo, when I saw 103,000 on the first chat, I was like, I'm sold.
I feel like that's
I'm
definitely
sold.
gonna be like the.
Listen,
sold.
that song he got with Smokey Robinson, crazy.
Yeah,
Which
that's
one?
That's
Which
a
one?
good
King
song.
James?
That's no.
Oh,
that's
nah, it's
he
another
dropped
one.
that-
It's another one. He
song.
dropped
But
another
King
one.
James is
Yeah,
The song
King
was
James is
just
good
simple.
too.
I don't care.
I mean, the song's still hard, but I'm like, why did you say featuring Smokey Robinson?
Because that's how.
Because he's appreciating the artist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like Otis is featuring Otis Redding.
I think he has like who else? I think he got Nate Dogg on Ventura as a feature artist. I think.
Yeah, Nate Dogg is
Yeah.
on there.
I just want this to be him and just admit that Oxnard wasn't good.
I'm not gonna have this conversation.
I listened to Oxnard. I listened to Oxnard again. It does have its low. It has low parts.
It falls into
is
Trump.
not-
It falls into because he's doing some experimental shit. You can't like do
I
experimental
understand,
shit.
but the wave and the anticipation that he had for that album, like we were like literally like, hey, Anderson .Paak, it's that time.
No.
It
One.
wasn't trash.
It
It wasn't trash.
It was decent at best.
But
I'd
if you
say the
listen-
worst
if
I
you
give it
listen-
is a 7.
If you
I'll
listen
say
to
this about
Malibu,
Oxnard. It was too long.
now
It was too long. If he could,
He should have hit us with 7 tracks, man.
Exactly. Low key.
Hit us with 7 tracks, man.
Listen,
I could pick this. I could hand pick this.
Listen, I told people, bro, it's the 5 mic rule, bro. Once you after 1988, where a lot of 5 mic albums is somewhere between 10 and tops 13 tracks. Blueprint is 13. I think it's like might be the one exception.
And that Lil Kim album that got 5 mics that had like 22 joints on it.
Mm-hmm. Now,
22.
Yeah, that happened.
This is
a different time.
Okay,
That happened.
Different era.
now
We know better.
I fall asleep
We
after
know
10.
better.
After 8.
You want me to listen to it in one sitting?
In one sitting. You better part 2 that bitch. Where's side B at?
Biggie's
Side A, side B.
Side
B, yeah.
And people don't never wrap their head around that, but it's like, yeah, he definitely can't. Life
Man,
After
them
Death
4
is
minute
definitely
songs,
a double.
Life After Death was 24 tracks. All Eyes on Me was 27. Yet we were disappointed in Culture 2 and Shrimp 3.
Okay,
That's because they don't have any.
That's
They don't have
different.
no
Culture
material
2
to make a
was
fucking
the exact same
hour
song
and a half
24
long.
times.
I hate you.
It was literally after I was fucking with it, and then once I got to like track 8, I was like, "This is literally the same
Shrimp 3
song."
was just Ray Shrimmer.
No Migos
Not
needs to make any project. over
Migos
40 minutes long,
they
bro.
honestly, I like how they did like the solo projects. Offset had the best out of all of them.
Yeah, because Quavo's was trash.
Quavo's was trash.
Wait.
Takeoff's just nah.
Takeoff's had the best song out of all of those,
No,
though.
let's just tell the truth about what happened was. One, when they started doing the solo project, we all said the same thing. Well, let's wait for Offset.
Yeah, Offset is the best Migo.
Now,
Hands down.
what it is that he's the best rapper in the group.
He's the best rapper.
Takeoff is the best rapper, technically.
Offset is the best
He's a chorus guy.
artist.
You throw him on a
if
chorus,
that makes
it's
sense.
a single. It's a single.
That's
It's hot.
Quavo.
Or no, I meant Quavo.
Yeah,
Quavo.
Quavo is definitely
I
the
meant
hook
Quavo.
guy.
Quavo's the hook. I meant Quavo. Y'all talking about Takeoff. Okay. I got you.
Quavo figured out the same thing Jim Jones figured out for Dipset. Oh shit, I'm just cool enough to do anything. It doesn't matter what I listen. The fact that it is, I'm gonna like because the Quavo album. These are my favorite parts of the Quavo album. The cover art. I actually thought the cover art was actually pretty dope.
Which Offset's was not.
No, that shit was.
Nah.
That shit was like.
Don't do
copy,
that.
paste.
Don't do that. I will
That
not
shit
get
was
into the
copy,
artistic
paste.
integrity of that piece,
That
bro.
shit was copy
They
paste.
spent
You
too
could've
much
found
money on that
like,
cover art.
Google
for it.
Images.
Okay, fair.
It
I'm not
looks
saying
worse.
it's good.
It looked like
But I'm
a
saying
screenshot from
that Quavo's wasn't any better.
Come on now, huh?
They were both bad.
No, Quavo's
Were
was
you
not
saying remember
bad.
the time?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, it was. That looked like a screenshot from the
did.
video.
It
Come on
did.
now. No,
It did.
Quavo's
Okay,
was nice.
yeah, to be
Magic
fair, okay,
Johnson.
but I'm not saying neither were good.
The
though.
one and only.
Huh?
I'm gonna say this.
Quavo's was good.
Quavo, we know Quavo. These are the best parts about Quavo's album. The cover, the Nicki Minaj.
That joint with Drake was hard. I like that song.
Which one?
Flip
Flip
the
the
Switch. It was
Switch.
good.
That
It
was a
was
cool
like
song. That was a cool song.
Quavo's album is one that I would put into 7 songs.
Quavo's album is
None of them should make albums over 7 songs.
I don't
period.
honestly. I don't think
Okay.
any of them. None of them really should have made albums.
This goes
But-
into an overarching question, but I'll let you continue with your point first.
Quavo's album is something I would see what would happen to it if I put it in my toaster.
Jesus Christ.
I wouldn't even break my weed down on that shit.
This nigga said I wouldn't break my weed. Incriminating.
Like, because let me tell you what it was. I thought he was going to be smart. I thought he was going to say, all right, check this out. I'm actually the least talented in this group. But I'm probably the smartest in the group too. So what I'll do is basically do the same formula that the game has done for years, which is, all right, guys, game's coming out with an album. How many features we gonna get? We're gonna sign off on, because that's what he do. Mm-hmm. Now the difference is the game can actually rap well. Quavo, on the other hand, is great at hooks, bridges, and track lines.
And ad libs.
Low
Yeah.
key, you were supposed to grab the last 4 people that you had a hit song with and put them all on the first 4 tracks. Give us the Nicki Minaj track, and then give us something that was the equivalent of however. Just imagine what the equivalent of a conscious Migos member would be.
He had Madonna and Kid Cudi on that album too, which was
What's the
supposed to
features?
be
Waste of features. Like, I'm sorry, bro. Like, it was just a waste of fucking features. No offense. He could have called Roscoe Dash and had way harder songs. And that's real. The Last Rocket, unfortunately, it's honestly, I'm gonna tell you the truth. It probably is a better project than I think, but unfortunately, he's the person in the Migos that you're least interested in hearing.
And Last Memory was hard. That was a hard song. I'll go ahead and say that.
Father of Four.
Trap content.
I looked at the track list and the feature list for that album and got hyped because of the names alone on the album.
Offset put together the best album. He was like, "Hey, I cannot give y'all a whole album worth of stuff. I have to talk about shit
Something."
He had time with it.
Because he's like, at some point, this whole being cool and spending a whole bunch of money is going to grow old.
It's not that he's also clearly the most mature out of the group.
Let me ask y'all this. What do you think Migos, like, if Offset carries that energy, do you think that Culture 3 could be?
That's just going to be garbage.
It's going to be bad. It's going to be... It's a different energy when they're all three. When it's the Migos, that's a different energy.
Yeah, bro. No offense, bro. They not YRN no more. They not.
Too polished.
Not only that, but they're... I'm going to say some real shit. To me, they're a pop group to me now.
Yep.
When they was YRN, the YRN days, they was, okay, yeah. This was exactly what you expected something that Gucci Mane discovered. It was, and as much as I hate to say it, even though we were probably highly critical of them, but all the way up, Versace, fucking Hannah Montana,
Bando,
bruh, all those songs of his heavyweight, as even if they were seen as an or, what the fuck is this? Them shit is undeniable. You just after a while, they just get you.
Like real shit. Culture 3 needs to be A&R, needs to be executive produced by Gucci Mane.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
All right. So since we on the subject of like rappers who aren't saying much, I like to introduce a segment called "Guess What They're Saying."
All right.
It's just like the genius
Let's,
thing where they take
let's
like
hit
a
it
very
real
popular
quick.
song. That's
Yeah.
not
All right. So I'm gonna play a piece of music, and it's just gonna be one part. But the thing is, guess what the person is saying in the song.
Okay.
First one being, it's gonna be.
Don't tell us the song.
Okay, I won't tell you what it is. Not that it would matter
You can
either
tell us
way,
afterward.
but
Because if we know the song, we might contextually figure it out.
okay.
Stop.
Can we get a rewind button? Rewind button,
I'm
please.
just violently upset.
Yo.
Bro, I am
I'm
becoming
fucking
violent.
dead.
Wait. I heard breathe. I heard water.
I heard just about every letter from the alphabet, I think.
I didn't hear a
That's
Z or a
because he
Q.
said every letter in the
I heard.
He said,
Did he say, I want to be the one?
Wait, run it back one more time. I think I can get this.
nigga.
Never mind. Wait, one more time. Everybody's silent. I just want to hear it.
Is he saying don't put no beer in my water?
Yo, don't put no. That sounds like that.
I think he said don't put no beer
It
in
sounds
my
like
water.
that. And like, that's what it sounds like.
That's not what that shit
Oh,
is.
That's
okay,
what
so
it sounded
so
like to
This
me.
guy doesn't drink. I can understand that.
Okay. Well, according to Genius, it says, "Lift on a bitch finna walk when they sniffing a brick."
What?
That's not
That's
what the
not
fuck
what
that
he
nigga
said.
just said.
Okay.
Whoa.
I forget.
That's
that
the
Genius
producer
is
tag, and
literally-
we just didn't hear that shit.
I forget.
Try that
Genius
again.
is like
Wait,
rap
so
Wikipedia.
say that again?
I forget anyone can put
All
that
right.
shit on.
Lift on a bitch finna walk when they sniffing a brick.
Play it.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Okay, I can't hear that.
I
can hear it a little bit.
I hear him telling whoever this waitress is not to put beer in his water.
I
heard
could.
the bitch part.
I heard the beer in the water.
I heard the bitch.
There's a very high possibility that he just isn't speaking English. Have we considered that?
That's a possibility.
And that is just a translation via Genius. Have we considered that? That it's
What
just
language?
maybe Mongolian?
What language?
Taiwanese?
Don't give him that much credit. Don't give him.
I'm not going to.
Don't give him that
Is
much
he
credit.
speaking Australian?
Shut up.
I mean, unless Juice WRLD is mixed with something else, I don't know.
That's Juice WRLD?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
That's
Juice
Juice
WRLD?
WRLD? No, well, for real?
I'm listening to this man
That's
freestyle
the,
over a
the
beat for like
Trippie
an
Redd
hour.
joint they got together.
Come on,
Right.
man. That man knows English. He definitely doesn't know any other languages.
What's our next one?
All right.
This nigga's not saying
Oh, no. We are not doing that shit, bro. Incorrect.
That's when you wake up in the morning, man. He ain't saying shit.
That's like that thing Cuddy do where, as much as I love Cuddy, exactly.
Yeah.
No, but that's humming. But that's a hum. That's a hum.
That's
not
melodic.
He's
that's
saying
not intense
melodic.
word.
Words
That's
are
melodic.
coming out, but they're
That-
not coming out.
Cuddy can
That-
give you niggas 4 minutes of humming and it'll be gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
humming. He's
That's
not trying to
humming.
pretend
He
it's
will
something
hold on
else.
until
Yeah.
it turns into a word.
But he's not pretending it's something else though.
True.
And we know what word it turns into.
I swear, there's an annotation for that.
Should I play it
This
again?
was about my childhood heartbreak, man.
Also, Juice WRLD kind of depresses me.
I'm hearing don't lie to me.
I'm hearing, don't lie to me. I want eggs today.
Wait. Maybe. Run it back. You don't lie to me. Nah, that's not. That's
Yeah, bro.
fuck off.
So according to Genius,
No. Oh my god.
He want eggs today, isn't it?
hold on, I got you. Aiming at a date, aiming at a wraith, aiming at a gate.
Nope, no.
Run it back.
He said about half of the first word and then mumbled the rest.
Nah. I mean, yes, but
Oh, I can hear it.
I can hear it.
I can hear it.
But I refuse to believe
Yeah.
that that's okay.
Yeah.
Like if a nigga walked up to me and said this shit in the street, I'm 100% going to pretend that I'm blind and deaf.
Mute.
We want to do one more? One more for the road. This one's actually a classic piece.
I already know we ain't with this shit.
Hopscotch. I heard hopscotch. I got it.
I thought it was Pop Star.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it.
Damn it.
I
heard Pop Star.
This game isn't fair.
But wait.
Play it again?
It's harder than Dark Souls.
Dark Souls pretty good.
Only thing I get is pop stars.
Yeah.
Only thing I get is Pop Tarts.
Oh, that's what I see. That's what I'm saying.
But wait, there's more.
Wait, why he sound like he was like they hit the rewind button on what he was saying though? Like it legitimately
Like he
sounded
called
like
him
he was
Mr.
talking.
Elliott?
Yeah,
Some rap-
that sounded like he was talking. That sounded like some Kendrick off damn shit. That's what that sounded like. What?
Can we try that again, please?
Please run that back. Maybe rewind it.
Was he talking about Sierra? Is this another one of those Russell Wilson jabs? I'm kind of over this shit.
That was post.
This was post Sierra,
Yeah.
post like Honest era.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man.
Oh,
He's
okay.
never not gonna be heard about that Sierra thing.
It's so stupid, bro. You don't even want that kid. Fuck off.
And more important,
You just want a fake drink lean.
I have a question. Because I was saying, Coop and I are the only one in here raising children.
I'm raising children.
If you guys had a kid, weren't with the baby mother anymore, and she gets with a guy, and the guy's a stand-up guy, he's interested in your kid. More importantly, he's not beating the kid's ass. Do you have a problem with the kid? Like he's legitimately loving your kid like it was his, treating your kid the way you would want another male in his life to treat him.
I don't have a problem. It could be worse.
Because I see a lot of stupid hood niggas who I could tell have issues with their baby moms.
Because they got issues with their
going like,
dads.
hey, I'm just riding with Future on this one. I'm like, no, you don't.
Nah, the better way, if you really want to fuck with someone's, you really want to fuck with your baby mama, don't discipline that kid. Let that kid do whatever the fuck they want. And then whenever they go over to the mama's house, they're just gonna complain about how daddy always lets me
I'm
do
so
whatever
happy
the fuck
you're
I want.
abstinent.
This again, what else we got?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We gonna
All right,
fuck some kids up, bro.
Speaking of kids, so
Great
there's a family-friendly Freaknik that's being administered by Uncle Luke.
Okay, so no such thing and fuck that.
Moving on.
I'm gonna tell y'all something, bro. Freaknik was a beautiful thing, bro. It was absolute hedonism, and it was done at a time where motherfuckers didn't have things like these, so you couldn't shame it. You couldn't spend your whole time just shaming each other. I don't know what this thing is. What means where they like, oh shit, you know what? This chick is doing some cool shit for me, my homies. Let me film that shit and show 8 million people, bro. Like, because when we tell you, I'm gonna tell y'all something right now, bro. I'm gonna tell y'all something right now, bro. Social media is ruining hoes.
I'm gonna
say the same
pause
thing.
on this one. I'm gonna let y'all have it.
I'm gonna say the same thing I said yesterday. I'm not going to Freaknik like, bro.
Yeah, bro. I'm not going to go with Freaknik, man. Why would I want to go with family?
I'm not doing Freaknik like
That sounds
because
That's an oxymoron.
Because if I go to Freaknik and I don't see titties out and pussy popping, with just pussy,
And a lot of sorority girls making bad decisions.
bruh, I'm gonna be hot as fuck, bro. Because like this is the thing that you told me that y'all basically have told me. Freaknik, gone. Black College Reunion Weekend, gone. Black Biker Week, damn near gone. Panama City, gone.
Literally destroyed.
And you want me to believe in Freaknik? Like, I'm not doing that.
Oh, bro. Like, no offense, bro. No offense. Nobody goes to the dealer and goes, can I get some watered down cocaine? Something I don't want any of the like bad stuff. I really just want something that maybe like tickles the bottom of my feet. No, bro. You can go buy feathers for that. I don't want you. You don't bring your kids to Freaknik unless A, you the old head that's going to Freaknik and you literally only going out there because all you're really doing is going out there drinking with the people that you knew was going. Or B, Freaknik is where you make all the mistakes that give you kids. It's true. What Freaknik is?
My pops with Freaknik, my nigga. Enough said.
So we don't care about. So we ultimately don't care about the performers either.
No.
Okay.
Because it was all the niggas that was lit when Freaknik was happening.
Yeah, cause I seen a couple of people. I was like, when I first heard
I saw
about
Project
it,
Pat, I said,
was like,
this is what's happening.
this finna be fire. Project Pat was on there.
Probably Uncle Lou. Probably JT Money.
Just everybody that will make Freaknik.
Yeah, I'm not going.
It's up T-Pain.
I'm not going to Freaknik like.
What's that cartoon was phenomenal? I don't care what nobody say.
I definitely. I think he's doing another one, from what I heard.
Yeah, because I told you.
But are we all excited for Borderlands 3?
Yup. I am. Only because I played the first 2 installments and I'm still getting shift codes.
Yeah, I'm definitely.
It's gonna be guns on guns on guns on guns on guns. It's totally. Listen, I told you, Borderlands is probably the main reason I played games like Destiny and Anthem because it was a precursor to all of them. They had this mode. They had an idea. Let's write the story. Let's make it a first-person shooter. Let's make it a MOBA, and basically it will be this never-ending quest to loot shit and get better guns. The end.
Yeah.
And
When does Borderlands 3 come out?
September 13th.
Can I slide that in?
because the only other game I gotta buy now is Mortal Kombat now.
Right.
All ready
that
for
comes
that.
out like.
And they just dropped the Katana trailer. I'm cleaning this
that
up.
comes out like end of this month, next month.
April 23rd. 2 days before Endgame.
I'm so fucking hyped for Endgame.
Bro, listen,
Don't watch any commercials because if you watch a commercial, you're gonna want to talk about it, and I'm literally gonna walk out of any
also,
room that's
guys,
talking
I
about it.
actually recommend that we should try to go see that movie together.
I'm not seeing it with you niggas.
That's why.
I just want to. My plan is to not see it when everybody else sees it, but see it like real early in the morning when it's just me in the theater. Because I just want to enjoy this one.
I mean, ultimately, going to end up seeing it more than once.
I think we should go see it together for the sake of this whole we do a podcast together thing. You know, boys.
I mean, I feel it, but Young Miles is not going to show up because he's
he won't. He won't. Never mind. You're right.
Not even on $5 Tuesday.
Y'all never seen anything with me.
We know. That's why you don't show up because you don't show up.
Oh, y'all saying I won't show up?
Yes.
Why?
Because that's what happened the last time.
That happened one time.
That means
You didn't show up to that dinner. He showed up to the dinner.
Right.
Yeah,
I did.
I didn't show up to the dinner because I actually had a higher obligation.
I didn't show up because I didn't thought there was any fucking tickets.
We literally bought your ticket.
So why did nobody fucking text me when I told? You know what?
Jordan said,
Nah, it's okay. I had the same complaint.
See what I'm saying? Like, it's not like I was just like, oh nah, fuck them. I don't want to go see this movie. Like I sat there and I was sitting in my room just like, damn, they really watching this movie without me, man. I really wanted to go. Y'all out here thinking, man, that bitch Miles ain't even want to go.
I'm watching snaps,
like, come on,
Instagram
man.
stories,
Yeah,
like the whole crew
that
is
shit
there.
was crazy. Like,
no offense,
movie?
No offense. We took a minor to see that movie.
We did take a minute to see that movie.
My nephew.
does it count?
No, that's definitely inappropriate for his age.
Oh, okay.
Is he a juvenile?
Oh shit!
He's a juvenile.
Wait, is he
Don't
saying
you
we took-
fucking dare.
Is he saying we took juvenile?
Oh my god. See? I told you. I said it.
Word, this is all your fault. Okay, fine.
Did anybody besides me watch WrestleMania?
No, actually, I tried to call you to find out where you were watching it, and I realized I would have to drive to a completely different city if I wanted to be wherever you were watching. But I wanted to. Did Dirty Randy win?
He did not.
Dirty Randy lost?
AJ Styles won that. What else happened?
That was the match that wait, did John Cena have a match?
He didn't have a match, but he came out as the Doctor of Thugonomics and spit a freestyle.
That's right. The doctor is back.
He came out,
He's
had
got bars.
lock chain on deck. He said a rap line in reference to nuts,
Oh.
and I can't remember what else was said in that.
Oh.
He also had a punchline about a Shih Tzu.
Bars.
Oh, I did hear that Kofi Kingston is now WWE.
He did win that. I was very happy about that.
Bro,
Shout out Kofi.
now, what I don't like is everybody's like, Kofi Kingston is the first WWE black champion. He was like, y'all forgot about The Rock?
Yeah.
That was like real weird.
Booker T had the championship too.
Yeah, he was heavyweight champion.
Yeah.
From when they brought WCW over.
Yeah.
When they unified, technically The Rock and technically him are the two first undisputed WWE champions.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just real weird to me. I was like,
Bret Hart got tackled at during his speech.
During the speech.
by some fan, like that's a real case.
Wait, the best part about it is other wrestlers just like, "Fuck you doing, like honestly, to me that would be that's the best thing. If I'm a wrestler, right? It's one thing when I see that thing happen in like other sporting events, but a wrestling event, to me, that's the perfect opportunity to see how devastating your finisher is. Like, no offense, what if like he'd have ran out there to get Bret Hart and all of a sudden CM would have showed up and just GTS'd him? Like, he gotta cry. One, because the GTS doesn't look like it hurt.
Oh, he would have just got RKO'd.
Because the RKO is such a rude ass move to do to somebody, bro. And we done seen Randy do it to people in a myriad of situations. Off the top ropes, with Randy on the top ropes, with you and Randy on the top ropes, you jumping, or you was kicking Randy's ass in the back, and you went to go grab a chair, and Randy ran up with his little bit of strength and RKO'd you through the chair.
And you landed in the chair.
It's just like I saw him RKO somebody, bro, who was already like laying down. Like,
But like that has to be like top 3 places not to do some fuck shit.
Yeah, that was.
I wouldn't do it for the simple fact, bro. The moment I was running towards him, bro, I was like, bro, I saw a lot. I did a lot of y'all moves to like my little cousins and shit like that, bro. You know what, bro? Why would you run up to tackle the excellence of execution?
Like you still can't put you on the sharpshooter.
Exactly, bro. The sharp is like, no offense, bro. I put my cousin in the sharpshooter and my aunt beat my ass for that shit. One, bro. One because at the time I was trying to illustrate to my cousin, who unfortunately was half my size and strength, the difference between the sharpshooter and the walls of Jericho and the figure 4 leg lock. Now, I'm gonna let you go down. The figure 4 leg lock is a double-edged sword. You are also being hurt at the same time, which is why Ric Flair was making that face. However, it's completely devastating to the person you're doing it to.
Right. That's it. As I grow up, I realized Ric Flair saw 2 women scissoring and was like, I can make this.
I can do this. I can totally do this.
Sidebar. Shane McMahon looks a lot like Marquise. I just want to throw that out there.
You like Keith now?
He looked like Keith.
Crazy.
Like he also had a good match against The Miz. I'll say this about WrestleMania. It was definitely the culture too of WrestleManias. It was just too fucking long. Really? It was 6 hours and no Undertaker.
It was 6 hours?
WrestleMania was 6 hours?
Yes.
With no Undertaker?
Yes.
We didn't get one lights out, lighters out?
No. Like, it was an Undertaker-less WrestleMania.
Okay, well.
I mean, granted, some good stuff happened, but, there was no Undertaker, there was no Rock, no Stone Cold. Not the people that you would want to see come back, didn't really come back. Triple H did beat Batista.
He did?
Yeah.
Right. It's not the shit unless he pedigree. Listen, it's 2 things Triple H has to do every match that make it complete for me. The pedigree and that thing where he throw you against the ropes and then he run at you with the knee. And always his knee against somebody's face makes the same sound that the Sweet Chin Music made for 20 years.
Oh, that was a nasty sound too.
Oh yeah, bro. Everybody will get that.
That's another top 3 move. I think it goes in no particular order: the spear, RKO, Sweet Chin Music.
That's because there's never a bad time for Sweet Chin Music.
There's never a bad time for the Sweet Chin Music. I think those are definitely always the most hilarious moves. No. Next week, y'all, we cover wrestling finishing moves, and we all make our list of the best finishers.
Can I interject? Jamal Crawford just dropped 51 points.
On.
Yes.
Okay.
The Suns.
Oh, also, do y'all want to jump into this Kodak thing, or do we want to wait until we have a woman with us that
I'd
can?
rather wait until we have a woman
Okay.
with us, because
I'd rather not talk about it.
Highly disturbed by the record.
Because there's definitely more that keeps getting added to the story.
Well, yeah. Did
It's
anybody
not
actually
I
hear
don't
what
know
he said?
surface level.
Okay.
I heard what he
happened.
said.
On a personal note, I actually don't have a problem with what he said because I know it's been said. My biggest problem is too soon, but I know that it's been said already, so I don't have a problem with what he said.
I won't. So what did Future do?
What the fuck? No.
Future has nothing to do.
Yeah.
Future has
Listen.
nothing. Yeah.
Has absolutely
Listen.
nothing-
The only thing Future did that was crazy and all of this was compare himself to Nipsey Hussle, but that's a whole nother story.
All right.
Kodak, I genuinely don't even think we should talk about that shit. Like, I genuinely don't think so. I mean,
No,
if
I
the
don't wanna talk
conversation
about the
arises,
situation. It's the rhetoric about the situation.
and there's another
gotta hear
underlying
what he's
thing.
saying.
I'm on the other side.
Basically,
I already know we're gonna disagree on that
basically,
one.
he said, "Hey, I want to holler at Lauren. I'll wait till she done agree because I know that shit hurt." Blah 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 blah. Right. Once again, I have a problem with what he said,
He's guilty of being a nigga.
but he been a nigga. My rhetoric is what happened when niggas was like, "Hey, bro, chill." They checked him, and then black women were like, "Y'all are only checking him out of respect to Nipsey, not out of respect to her." And I'm like, y'all can't have it both ways. Y'all cannot say we do not protect or respect black women, and then we actually do it, and we didn't do it the way you wanted it to happen.
Yeah, nah.
Oh, and T.I. also said expeditiously.
Oh yeah, he definitely. I heard that. He
But yeah, so we'll go ahead and we'll save that. We'll also say The Curious Case of French Montana, because I had that on the docket too, but we'll say that as well.
What the fuck is... I thought he was just someone that we just let be famous.
All right, all right, let's get into it.
He's like level famous where he's famous, but just like, you just aren't famous enough to say shit.
Yeah.
You know
Okay.
what I'm saying?
So, has anybody noticed that French Montana is the only one that cannot pull off a successful Drake feature?
Nah. He pulled off on what's it called?
He's only
Pop that.
After that, because he's had other songs
He's had
with
3 Drake features and
Yeah.
none of the songs are pop.
Really?
Yeah.
basically. He had No Shopping and he had No Stylist.
No stylist popped off.
No Stylist popped.
It
That
didn't-
song popped.
Yeah,
Yeah, it did.
It didn't pop.
Yeah,
No,
dude.
it didn't.
Define pop.
Because that song didn't need Drake. That's why it didn't pop. That song.
I didn't know Drake was on that song,
remove
though.
Drake,
He was on this.
remove Drake, and that song is still hot.
Yeah.
It's still a hot song, but it didn't.
Yeah.
But if you take that out, though, that's half of his songs. I mean, like, every time Drake is on a feature, that doesn't mean the song's bound to pop off. I will say Drake has a very high percentage rate of that shit happening.
Every time
He
Drake
does.
is
That's
featured
my
on a
point.
song,
But, like, I'm just saying, like, 2 out of 4 isn't a crazy amount of features to have with Drake. For a guy that's been out and who's as poppy as French is.
But what he's saying is, every song French has had with Drake,
He's had 2, though.
every song.
No, he's had
No, he's had
3.
2 that have popped off.
One.
one that's
No.
popped off.
Pop that.
Pop that, and I'm still...
And
the
Pop
song
that had
did
other
pop
people
off.
in it, so it's not even
No Stylist was a
featuring.
hit.
No Stylist
It
wasn't a hit.
With
And I can tell you, it might not be a hit in y'all circles.
It would have been a hit without Drake.
Drake
That
song.
song was that.
But it doesn't matter because the name was attached.
Plus,
that was
plus
probably what was
French
enough
had
to
other
get it
songs
up.
that were way better than those songs. Like, I don't care what nobody say. Sponsor's still one of his hardest songs ever.
What is?
Sponsor.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
The thing with French though, French like had a whole Drake feature, ended up having to scrap the album, and then came right back with Sway Lee. Like that happened.
I'm just saying, man. We can't not say that he didn't have any. 2 out of 4, like realistic. The song
Okay,
that Drake
put
was
it like
on.
this, put it like
2
this.
out of 4. What?
Drake on the Versace song, that pop, that elevated Migos. Now the problem was the Migos had to survive the feature, which they eventually did. Okay.
And never put that nigga on another one until Culture too.
Do we think that Tuesday would have been what it was without Drake?
No.
Okay. Black Boy JD. Oh, that's his name. JB. Drake feature. The song pop.
And he didn't, but
He did. He has to be somebody who has to survive that.
He did have another song that did pop off a little bit.
He did.
Who's another guy?
Huh?
yeah, shoot.
Shoot.
Came before.
Yeah,
Really?
she was before.
Yeah, Shoot was
Yeah, he
before.
had Shoot and he
So
had.
we can't say he made him because he was
That dance
at
was
one
really-
hit wonder
yeah.
spot.
Yeah, but
He had another
Look
song
Alive elevated Block Boy. Like he had a buzz, but he wasn't
I
like
mean, sure,
this.
but Shoot
that
was
he
the idea
did
of the
that
dance. Come on, man.
before
Like,
that song, and then he integrated that dance with that song, and that really elevated his.
I mean, if you can get a dance to go with your song,
Yeah.
that shit's immortalized.
Yeah,
He trying to get another dance
He
too,
is,
but I don't
that
think
dance,
it's gonna-
low key, bro. I was like, that shit's stupid, and I'm probably gonna start popping that shit off because it's not terrible.
But yeah, that's I agree with him. French cannot have a successful Drake feature.
But he has.
Once again,
I just don't think French is at a spot where
when
a
I
Drake
say-
feature.
When I say successful Drake feature, you could say, hey, without Drake, this song wouldn't do as good.
From that though, but the problem with that perspective is when Drake does do that shit, he's sapping the life out of another artist.
I agree.
But that's the same
But
thing happens
French
with
is at a-
Jay-Z on that track.
Okay.
Or with Eminem when they
But
track.
French is at a point
You
where
just
you can't put Drake on a fucking Chance the Rapper song
We
and
got
not have this
theory.
shit be sapped
We
the
got
life out of his
theory
career.
that no R&B singer can survive a Chris Brown feature.
I don't remember. When was the last time Chris Brown even featured with an R&B artist? He's really just been doing
With
some
a
shit
Chris
with
Brown.
Jonah.
He had that
Chris
song with
Brown with the R&B.
LMA, but I don't think it was a single.
And dead
And
ass serious,
she still-
I think the only person who's been able to survive a Chris Brown feature lately has been Eric Bellinger.
I don't know that.
Entitled.
like with Chris Brown doing R&B, not
Like when he does an R&B song with another R&B singer, nobody survives the Chris Brown feature.
I haven't heard him do an R&B
That's
feature
crazy,
in a
bro.
while.
Fan of the Fan was an amazing mixtape.
Was it?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, it did have some joints on there.
Fan of the Fan, like low key.
Yeah.
That second one,
Oh, the first fan of 100%. Oh, I keep thinking about the album.
Yeah.
Okay, Fan of a Fan was that was like Okay. But yeah. Any closing statements?
No.
Anybody we want to shout out this week as far as back businesses? Of course, still follow our boy, our man Jones, or at Doing Dirty Laundry. Listen, if you want your visuals up, if you need some skill out there behind the camera, holla at our boy ARAHMANJONES. And
shout out to the homie Crabs on the Run. Y'all got till May 2nd to get y'all food, and then she out of here.
Great Plates LLC, we love y'all. Queen's Kitchen, KWEENS, KITCHEN. Also, follow our other homegirl who also supports Blackness. She usually tries to put them up, which is, I think it's actually called Supporting Black Biz. But,
I promote Black Biz.
I promote Black Biz. There we go. Follow them all on the IG. And did we forget anybody? Also, like I said, No Static Podcast. Follow, listen, worship.
Yeah, we do have an official IG handle. So follow that No Static Podcast.
Exactly.
And so we didn't really do an ASMR break. Do we want to do an ASMR exit?
We did it at the jump.
We didn't do it
At the top of the hour.
Oh, true.
Or do we want to exit with the ASMR?
We can exit on the ASMR break.
Yeah, I think it's
All right.
This is the closing ASMR break. He just lit a lighter right by my eyeball.
Whoa, I have an album to finish.
Fair enough.
He's not destroying my Blue Yeti.
Yeah.
Next time we're gonna do a room and a mukbang.
See, I was thinking about that too. Like, if we still did like video, we can have like a mukbang
We
moment.
could do a mukbang. Well, we've done mukbangs technically.
What the
When I had that, when I kept bringing in food.
Oh yeah.
fuck's a mukbang?
So mukbangs
Eating,
basically
talking.
like basically you're looking at the camera and eating as you
Talk about shit.
talk or not talk. You can just
Or not
literally
talk, you just eat.
look at the camera and just eat.
Have you seen that video of that girl who had that like huge lobster claw that was on Twitter?
Oh yeah,
That was a
mukbang.
mukbang.
Was massive.
That
That
shit was
was
bigger than her
insane.
head, like, and not even.
There's a girl on Instagram that gets paid to like smash her face into bread.
I've seen that shit and she's fire.
There's a girl who gets paid
Oh, yeah.
to fry at the same time. That's pretty.
Wait, what?
Yeah, but there's a whole website about frying while eating.
That just sounds like the girl is Asian and fat.
I don't know what you said. That sounded like something.
That sounds like the girl is Asian and fat. I don't know what.
She's not fat. Her face is kind of wide, but she's not fat. Oh wait, punch us out.
We're bunching out here. All right, No Static, episode 54. Signing out. Peace.
54.